What's going on, man? Welcome to HD TV. You're now rocking with your boy. Had to hit the opera on you niggas. Thank you guys for coming to the live stream. We did an 8-hour live stream. I fell asleep at the end, so it still was going. But we did a long live stream. It was a good live stream. It's the Transformers. I watched the Rise of the Beast Transformers. Great movie. I gave it 3.5 out of 4 stars. I didn't give it 4 out of 4 because of certain parts, but you know, I'm a nitpicker. But it was a great movie. Great summer, great movie to kick off the summer. For real though. Shout out to Detroit T, Christian, Phil G, LB, always my little bro LB so wavy. That's my G. Big bro T, Phil G, the little homie. You know, Christian came in late. Shout out to Carcino for life, man. Cino always been there for a brother, man. Like straight up. Love that man, dog. Love him. He don't know how much he inspires myself and others out here to get better. You know. We had a great convo this morning. Like it was like 8 hours. I didn't even know it was that long because we was having so much fun. Now, jjwatt is basically getting put in the Ring of Honor on October 1st. That's going to be a game against Pittsburgh. You know, he's going to go against Pittsburgh. His brother's going to be in attendance, so that would be more suitable for them to do it then. And he deserves it. jjwatt is probably the best player in Houston Texans history. Class act, solid player. You know, he had his time, but what messed jjwatt up was his injuries. He had way too many injuries. You know, way too many injuries to count. You know, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, but the thing I always loved about him was he was a leader. You know, he was always trying to make his guys better. I remember the defense with him and D'Amico. I think D'Amico was there when he was there, but D'Amico, I think, you know, he got hurt a lot more. But you know, it's cool, man, to get him. You know, to get Watt. You know, that's on point. You know, that's great to honor him. I'm sad that, you know, D-Hop or D4 couldn't be there that long, because I think if those two guys would have been able to stay, they would have had a Super Bowl. And Bill O'Brien screwed that up like he always does. All these Belichick hype jobs, including him, screw up the job. Now, you know, this is very good for the Texans, you know, because the Texans has been getting destroyed. Like, straight up, they've been getting destroyed by the media, not the media, but by the fans, you know, of their dealings with Deshaun Watson, you know what I'm saying, and everything. You know, so it's been a lot of that. A lot of times they really haven't, you know, shown respect to the fans. Now, jjwatt being put in there is very good. To me, he's the greatest Houston Texan ever, period. I don't see anybody better. Arian Foster was great, but his impact wasn't as big as jjwatt's was. Deshaun Watson would have been the best one. Him and D. Andre Johnson's up there, so I might. The only reason I don't put Andre Johnson is because jjwatt to me had a little more impact. But Andre Johnson was a beast. I would put him in the top 3, top 4. D-Hop would probably be in my top 5. D4 didn't play there long enough. But if D4 would have played there long enough, he probably would have surpassed all of them. But if you're a Houston Texan fan, let me know who's your best Houston Texans. Do you have jjwatt 1? I got him number 1. His impact, his leadership. Andre Johnson was a great player, but he wasn't, you know, he wasn't a leader like that. He was a great player, but he wasn't like a leader where he would galvanize the troops. You know, I may be wrong. A Houston Texan fan may come in here and say, man, you don't know what you're talking about, da-da-da. It's like, whatever. But jjwatt and everything, like I said, you know, he was a great player, but he wasn't like a leader where he would galvanize the troops. You know, I may be wrong. A Houston Texan fan may come in here and say, man, you don't know what you're talking about, da-da-da. It's like, whatever. But jjwatt and everything, like I said, Great career. Is he a Hall of Famer? I mean, yeah, you can make him a Hall of Famer. To me, I don't know. I don't think he is. I think he's in the Hall of Very Good. But, you know, people will be mad at me for saying that. I just don't see him as a Hall of Famer. I don't think he was better than Von Miller. I think he's a Houston Texans Hall of Famer. Absolutely. He put that franchise on the map, you know. But I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. We'll see. You know, they might make him that just off of his namesake. But to me, his career was good and solid. But I just don't see transition. You know, I don't see the transitioning of the game. You know, but hey, to each his own. To each his own. Respect to jjwatt for an illustrious career. So proud of you, man. Proud of you, Dom, doing what you have to do. Now, Saquon Barkley is basically blasting the media. And his people are blasting the media saying that they are making up false narratives about his contract situation. He said that I do not want to set the running back market, but I just want to get paid what I am owed. I just would like to be respected. That's all. He wants to be a Giant. Now reports are coming out. Adam Schefter said this. I don't know how reliable Adam Schefter is. I just think he's a guy getting a check. He's living off of his laurels. Like Adam Schefter back in the day was on point because he actually had to work. Now, to me, he's just resting on his name. He's resting on his name, and he's he's resting on his name, and he's just, you know, I don't know. I don't ride with him. I just think he'd be full of crap. I just think he goes with a narrative to try to sell, you know, the platform, try to promote his name, try to put himself out there. You know, that's what I see. I don't see a man with how do you call it? With integrity. I don't see a man with integrity or see a man with you know, trying to, you know, respect the game, especially after he did that thing about Dwayne Haskins. After how he put that out there, it was very distasteful, you know. You know, that's sad. You know, and I still think, you know, allegedly, I just think that his teammates or somebody drugged Dwayne Haskins and he got killed. I think somebody murdered him. That's just me. You know, because the how they're talking about it, he just was disoriented and he just walked across the road. Nah. Somebody spiked his drink or something, allegedly. All this is allegedly. I believe they spiked his drink or did something and they messed him up. I'm not buying that bull crap, what they're trying to sell. So, but Adam Schefter, we don't know. But they're saying that he's not going to report the mandatory camps. To me, I would report the mandatory camps and just call it a day. Because look, if you have the public on your side, you will win. You can't win by sitting out. You know, you can't win. Now, I understand people are like, well, all he got to do is sign. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I'm him, I would wait. Me, I would have went, but I understand where he's coming from. But I think Saquon, you know, might show up to when preseason is or when the last day of signing the franchise tag is. Because I think he gets a certain date. Because they were saying this about Lamar Jackson and everything. So, you know. And I don't understand why they won't go after D-Hop. D-Hop is right out there for them to go grab. But, hey. I forgot. This is the Ravens we talking about. So, you know. It is what it is. But yeah, I just think Saquon Barkley is being disrespected. Saquon should have got his money. I feel what Jamel is saying. Shout out to Jamel, that's my guy. You know, huge Giant guy, but I just disagree with him, dog. I would pay Saquon his money, dog. He deserves it. If Saquon didn't do what he did last year, man, you guys would not have done nothing. I'm sorry. You guys would not have made the playoffs. He's the reason why you guys stayed in games and won the games that y'all shouldn't even have won. And that's a fact. And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not a fan of Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes got to show me something this year. He got to show me that he can control the game without the running game at times. Sometimes you might not have the running game and you got to step up. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Now everybody's bringing up the Dak Prescott extension. And my thing is, the Dak Prescott extension, Jerry Jones said they're not in a rush to get it done. They got ample time. Listen, Jerry Jones is trying to see, look, man, can this dude bring me a Super Bowl? But the problem has been is that we're going to see Mike McCarthy, you don't have no more excuses. Now, Kellen Moore was to blame. I give you that because he controls the offense. Jerry Jones has got you sitting there being a lame duck coach. That's why when Mike McCarthy said what he said, that he BS'd in the interview and stuff, he lied in the interview. Yeah, he lied because he knew he was going to get the damn job. Jerry and him are cool. They drinking buddies, allegedly. All this allegedly, I'm saying. They're drinking buddies. They drink, they go party with the hoes, all of that stuff. That's what they do. That's just them. So for people to be surprised, that he's still around. Kellen Moore was the offensive guy. It was the same thing with Wade Phillips. They did the same thing with Wade Phillips. The reason why Jerry didn't promote Kellen Moore is because he saw what we saw. Man, he might be another Jason Garrett. Yeah, you like him and all, but dog, he just like Jason Garrett. They got these vanilla playbook, these vanilla plays. They lucked up a little bit. They lucked up and, they got what they got. But that didn't mean they were great or anything at what they did. They had a solid defense then, remember? Wade Phillips had that defense playing lights out. They got their only playoff win with Wade Phillips. And you know what they did to repay him? They fired him and promoted Jason Garrett, or they forced him to retire. They did one or the other, but they pushed Jason Garrett up there. It was the same thing when Sean Payton was supposed to be the Dallas Cowboy coach. Bill Parcells was promised by Jerry to make him the coach. He didn't make him the coach, so Sean Payton said, well, fine, F y'all, and went to New Orleans, and what did he do? He got a Super Bowl. And he wanted Tony Romo. He didn't even want Drew Brees at first. See, people forget that. Sean Payton wanted Tony Romo because you know why? He knew how to coach Tony Romo. He would have had Romo playing like a damn all-pro. He would have. Because he would have kept his head together. He wanted Romo. And then Jerry Jones said, no, I'm keeping Romo. And all he did was ruin Romo's career. Ruined his career. And then he found out, it's like, okay, I can't promote this guy, Kellen Moore. He knew that. That's why he let Kellen Moore go to the Chargers. Everybody like LA, man, they still San Diego to me. They still Dago to me. Shout out to Chance, by the way. But they still Dago to me. That's why he sent them over there. And everybody's like, man, oh, he's going to be awesome over there. We'll see. Because they're going to have the same problem. The problem with Kellen Moore is he runs that Boise State offense, which is like a running gun offense. Now, with Justin Herbert, it's going to be awesome. But the problem what's going to happen to them is situational football. Kellen Moore, when there's no pressure on you and you can just get the points, he'll get them. The offense might look better with Herbert than Dak. But I'm going to tell you why it's not going to work. Because situational football is what killed him. Kellen Moore is terrible in situational football. And I try to tell these people that, but nobody wants to listen. Everybody wants to just go by the stats or numbers or listen, those tell some of the story. If you're not watching the game, you're going to be lost. You know, me and C-Pen and everything go back and forth, but C-Pen has gave me my respect on my football acumen and knowing what I know. Because it's not that I played the game, I studied under geniuses. Coach Steve Wilson. If I ever meet him again one day, I would tell him, man, thank you. Just for giving me the opportunity. Even though I felt like you guys really sabotaged me, didn't give me a chance, but that was only me thinking selfishly. I wasn't paying attention to what y'all were doing. Y'all were toughing me up. Y'all were making me better. Because at first, y'all didn't see me as an asset. Y'all didn't see me as a player. I had to fight, and y'all admired that fight in me. But Steve Wilson, man, played cornerback for the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Then you got my coach, you got my other coach, Coach Bubba McDowell. Coach Bubba McDowell, like, really the only one on defense who really had hard love for me. Only one who really had love for me. The only one who really had love for me and believed in me. Saw me messing up, but he still worked with me. Taught me the defense and broke it down. The other coaches, I don't know their name that well, you know, but they were okay. But I'm just saying. Yeah, my coach and everything told me. That was our defensive coordinator. He told me about Peyton Manning. He told me about the front sevens. He taught me the stunts with the D linemen. You know, and he was always hyped 24/7, 365. You know, defensively, he actually, you know, helped guys get better. He did what he had to do. You know, but personally, I learned the defense. I just had to learn on the field how to play. Because I never played inside backer before. That's what I was trying to tell them. But to me, I felt like they were trying to keep me down and keep me like, you know, I was nothing. But I kept working hard every day. And I kept pushing myself. I work hard, dog. I don't let nobody discourage me. I done been told so much shit. People done said I ain't this, I ain't that. And had exes tell me this and that, and I tell them, man, listen, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Just because you mad with yourself and don't believe in yourself, that's your fault. I believe in myself. And I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the Cowboys, because this is my father's team. This is my father's team. He's been a fan of them since Starbuck era. And it's pitiful how they've become. And see, this is the problem I'm trying to tell you guys. Is with Jerry Jones is talking way too damn much. Jerry Jones should have gave up the team 10 years ago, 15 years ago. He should have I say 10 years ago. He should have gave the team up. He should have gave the team up 10 or 15 years ago and had his son take over, had new blood in there, hire a real general manager and president while he sit back and relax. But the reason he didn't do that is because he's still haunted by the Jimmy Johnson treatment. He's still haunted by the Jimmy Johnson ghost. Until you do right by Jimmy Johnson, bro, you still gonna lose. It's a travesty you don't have. It took this long to put him in the Hall of Fame, like 4 or 5 years ago. Then you still ain't got him in the Ring of Honor. You're being killed off of the ghost of Jimmy Johnson. Not saying Jimmy's gone yet. I'm just saying his ghost as far as being the coach of the team. His name and his aura is still over the Cowboys because, dog, you ain't did nothing without his team. He built that Dallas team for you to win. So I don't want to hear that bullshit from fans talking about, oh, well, like Skip Baseless. Oh, well, he got Charles Haley in there. I could give a damn about what he did. But the culture and the foundation was laid out by Jimmy Johnson. That's 100% fact. So you can take that to the bank. But the thing with Dak Prescott, yeah, you know, you're going to wait on his contract and stuff. You could get rid of Dak and bring in another quarterback. Y'all still going to have the same problem. Jerry controls way too much. And you guys don't pay nobody. You guys are trying to get the guys to play for the low. CeeDee Lamb is not a number one receiver. He's a good slot, if that. He's more of a gadget guy. I want to see CeeDee run the ball more. See him come out the backfield, build up some bulk, put some bulk on his body, and then run the ball. I think he'll be a better guy catching out the backfield, coming out the backfield, lining up in the slot or lining up at the X or the Y. I mean, not the X or the Y, but the X, Y, and the Z. I want to see him do that. Like, why not? He'll be a matchup nightmare. They don't know how to use CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's a guy you get a ball to and let him operate in open space. That's all you do. You know, but this year's going to be a make or break year for Dak and Mike McCarthy. It's on both of them. If they don't succeed, which they're not, they're going to go home. They're out of there. They're not re-upping Dak's contract. They ain't paying no more. They're going to be like, well, you can bounce. That's what they'll do. Because if they don't, because they should have, the Cowboys should have won the past 3-4 years, they should have won. Or the 5 or 6 years, because the division's been terrible. They messed up and allowed the Eagles to reload. They messed up and let the Giants reload. They messed up. Washington coming for y'all. Y'all better hope y'all don't end up 4th in the division, because Washington finna get at y'all too. So you guys falling asleep behind the wheel, hey, they gonna take you out. You know. So yeah, that's my thoughts on everything. Thank y'all for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. If you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to the description box, hitting that link that'll go to my Cashapp. You also can find me on the Zelle. My name is in the description box. You can hit that up and go to Zelle, and you guys can do what you do. Donate to that if you don't have Cashapp. And you guys can also leave a super chat whenever we're live or premiere. And if you guys come after the video, y'all can rewind it, and y'all can leave a super thank in the comment section. So thank you guys, man, for your love and blessings. We out. Deezy.